What is our favorite dance move currently? I would have to say mine is the whoa. I don't know. It's so funny to me, and it's like everybody's just like doing stuff, and they're like, they just hit that beat. So it's just like a It's like period.
Exclamation mark.
Right.
Yeah, it gives a little emphasis on that. Other than that, I think we whine our hips a lot. That's one of my favorite moves.
Can you show us?
I will.
What is the wine of the hips?
What is a whine? What is a whine? We do a lot in our style called line infusion. So you're like down here on your hips and you whine.
Hey!
There you go. Move what you got.
You can whine in the chair too.
I think it boils down to counts. When it comes to intro beginner, we go more on the full counts rather than breaking it up into any and all the in-between counts.
Yeah.
So keeping it simple and basic, and also we teach hip hop, so we teach to intro and beginners the foundations of hip hop. Meaning
how to move your body, like
how to groove. We give you names to certain movements, like so you know if you come to a hip hop class, to our hip hop class, and then go to somebody else, you've seen certain moves before because those are foundational moves. So those are like more the intro beginner choreo package movements.
So like with intro and beginning, you will see a lot of repetition.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna see this move kind of like go over and over again so that you get comfortable with it, so that you just understand how placement in your body.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory. Because if you take an intro beginning class, a lot of people are nervous.
Yes.
So the reason why you want to, give it more simplified movement is so that they can take that time to like get that process and like those nerves out, and then that's like, okay, so I'm doing this again. Yeah, okay. Because they think a lot, beginner and intro dancers think a lot. So
almost getting them into a trance vibe, repeating so many times over and over and over again
becomes muscle memory,
and they literally turn off that button of thinking.
Yeah.
When it comes to
intermediate and advanced, we go for it.
Oh, we challenge.
Yeah, we challenge. We try to challenge ourselves.
Yes.
As well when it comes to intermediate and advanced choreo, we try to
not repeat ourselves.
Not repeat ourselves, but manipulate the music, like hit the different parts of music. So we might be dancing on the lyrics, and then we might switch it to the beats, the undertones, the backbeats, or the cymbals and stuff. Like just switching it up and like switching up the tempo and like your count. So doing the 1, 2, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Like switching it up like that. So that's what our process when we try to do intermediate and advanced.
It's like more intricate. Like that's when listening to the music comes into. If you choreograph, you have to listen to that song about 1,000,000 times before you actually know what's there. Like it's like a treasure box. You like lift one layer, and then there's another thing, and there's another layer, and there's another layer. So we try, if we have those intermediate advanced choreographies, we try to discover all those layers to then put our moves and let our bodies tell us what we're supposed to be doing on those layers.
Because it's like when you listen to music, when we're listening to music, as we're just chilling listening to music, we listen to music completely different than when we're trying to choreograph. When you are trying to choreograph and listening to music, you're dissecting the song. You're literally like breaking it like piece by piece, hearing everything that's in the song to say, what can we catch? What can we not catch? Because it's too
fast. Did you hear that?
Yeah, did you hear that? Did you hear that? So it's like changing the listening of your ear for advanced and intermediate classes. If there's a song that we want to do, we first listen to it for a while. Like if I'm at work, she'll send me the song, or if she's at work, I'll send her the song. And then we kind of like listen to it, over and over. And then we'll get together, we'll play the music, and we'll just start vibing, freestyling. And
catching each other's vibes and just going with that flow.
And you're like, oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah,
and then it's
that's
like,
it. Let's do that.
Or like tweak a little bit here, tweak a little bit there, but we bounce off of each other. It's like painting on that canvas, but painting that piece of art together.
Yeah. And it's like once the person that's kind of like, as we're like freestyling, then someone will take the initiative to like start the painting process. And then so from there, we just follow that narrative. You know, we follow behind each other. If either I start the painting or either she starts the painting, we just kind of like
go with that
flow.
Yeah. And there's moments where, if we're on a time crunch, we do have moments where we like separate it and we do two 8 counts, and then we piece it together. So we kind of connect that last dot and see if that works out, or if we have to switch something. But those are like the 2 systems that we use to create our artistry together.
Okay, so when there's days that our chemistry is off, how do we bring it back? I mean, we have those moments, right?
We sure do.
We might like nitpick at each other for a little bit,
right?
And then we start thinking like, man, this is what we do, you know, like this is our artistry, and get out of our way and let our artistry step in. Because even though we're husband and wife and we have that natural chemistry, but we are also artists. So sometimes you have to remove the husband and wife out of the choreography room and become artists, and you know, trust each other artist-wise.
Especially on a professional level, like we have moments where our chemistry is not on, and we have to teach our classes, and people are paying for our classes, so we still have to deliver that positive vibe to our students. So those are the moments where it's like, okay,
be professional,
suck it up, and you know, deal with anything that's still left afterwards, or just let it go. Most of the time when we're dancing,
like, it just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
You know, so, like whatever issues we had, once we get into that, like, okay, let's be artists, professional in that zone, then we start cracking jokes and we start.
So literally our chemistry actually takes over and resolves issues. But one thing that we do if there's something that is unresolved is we actually always talk it out before we go to bed.
Yeah, definitely.
So never go to bed angry at each other. Yeah.
Never.
That's the last resource. If dance doesn't solve it, then communication does.
Yeah. 100. How to create boundaries with someone that is not your partner when creating art together, right? It depends on what type of piece you're doing. So if we're just literally doing a partner piece where it's actually like partner work and stuff like that, you just have to respect the person's boundaries, but you also have to think about it as you're an actor or an actress. This is not your day-to-day life. This is you creating art. So you're a canvas, so you have to paint a picture. You have to tell a story. So whatever type of song you're choreographing to, you know, you let that lead you. And it depends on if you're trying to create a sexy piece or a straight hood piece. It depends on like what vibe you're going with. But it's literally like, I feel, communicating and also remembering this is art. This is not us like trying to make a relationship happen. This is literally us trying to make people think we're in a relationship.
Right.
Or make people think that we're from the streets together, you know. So it's literally just like knowing what your theme is and your story, and you know, communicating with something.
It's literally like you said, acting is a big part of it, and you have to feel, but you have to take your emotions out of it, if that makes sense. Like,
explain that.
You have to feel and vibe with each other, but those love, sexual emotions don't have that part in there. Because if you mix that together, that's when the confusion happens. A lot of couples out there, or dance partners, they're not couples, but they blend that together, and then that's when things get misunderstood. It's like, hey, you were sending these vibes or these signs. Like, no, that's not what it was just dance. Like, vibe off of each other, make that chemistry happen, but in a fun friendship, but distant way. Like, keep those personal emotions out of that game. It's just dance in that case.
Yeah, it's artistry. Like, if you see a lot of celebrities that have backup dancers, there's moments where you see that chemistry. You're like, ooh, they mesh well together, because they're pretending. It's, you know, it's acting. It's art, you know, and that's, you just have to. You're not being yourself. You're being someone else.
And also, as a little tip for somebody, like, even though we teach and we dance together, there are moments where we have other dance partners, to know on the outside, that's just dance. Like even there, not to put that jealousy into it and whatsoever, because that's not where that belongs, okay? So if the boundaries are set clear, it's communicated, hey, this is a couple's piece, play with each other, vibe off of each other, but leave the personal stories behind. Like, take that out of the room. That's not, dance is about fun. Like, you don't want drama in there. Take that out.
Don't take yourself so seriously, I would say.
So, entering the dance industry as a female artist is a very interesting experience, to say the least. Especially these times where so many stories are flaring up. You gotta watch out where you step into and be strong enough to stand your own ground. The industry is tough, especially when it comes to your outside appearance. Me being a curvy, full-body woman that I am and love to be, the industry is tough and hard. Thank God there are artists like Paris Gebel who are just like opening the doors to women that have more on their hips to actually be seen and be successful in the industry. Because for the longest, it was tough. Like, you were told you had to lose that weight, you couldn't go there, you couldn't audition, you would not get those jobs, not even teaching jobs. I've experienced that myself. I got turned around because I didn't look a certain way. So being a woman, you have to learn how to really be confident and comfortable within your own skin and show that, because that's what is going to make you stand out. It's not necessarily how you dance, but it's your confidence in how you dance. So if you have any kind of insecurity within yourself, that's what's going to show. So be confident within yourself, be comfortable, and show them what you got. And don't let anybody bend you backwards. Like, don't anybody tell you you got to do stuff that you don't want to do. You have the right to say no to anything that you're not comfortable with. And be careful in that industry because it is tricky, and trust your gut.
So I would say, any advice for males in the industry? Like she said, being confident, being comfortable in your own skin, but then also being able to be a chameleon, you know, blend in and go with the vibe. But be true to yourself. There's things that you don't want to do, then don't do it. You know, for the sake of a paycheck, it's not worth your self-esteem, it's not worth your dignity, worth your pride. You know, be true to yourself, but then also network. It's about networking. You can't just think you're going to go up there and become an amazing dancer and go up. Everybody's amazing when it comes to the industry. When you go to Hollywood or, you know, Atlanta and all that stuff, everybody can dance. You know, everybody's a dancer. So what makes you different is networking, being a good dancer, but also networking with people you know, showing up to class and doing your thing. That's the advice that I would give. Introducing yourself to people. You have to put yourself out there. You can't just think that your talent's going to speak for yourself, because everybody's talented. You know, so, and you're going to hear a lot of no's, but there will be yeses as well. You know, so like, take those no's and keep working, keep pushing. Don't let it discourage you. Let it encourage you. You know, and just keep working at it. If this is something that you really want to do, you're going to have to take the no's with the yes. So you can't just only want to get yes, yes, yes. And, you know, think it's going to be that easy.
Hopefully you will get a lot of yeses.
Yeah, but you got to put in you got to put in your work. You got to put in time.
You are your own marketer.
Yeah.
Like, marketing is, as a dancer, lots of dancers are like, I'm a great dancer, but they suck at marketing. Like, you really have to have those tools of, as you said, putting her out there, connect with each other, collaborate. Like, collab with other dancers, with other choreographers.
Be consistent. Like,
yes.
Always showing up in certain people's classes. You know?
And no matter if you're a female or a male dancer, what makes you a chameleon is if you take other styles of dance.
Yes.
Don't stay in your little world, in your little bubble. Like, do things that are beyond your experience. Do African dance classes, do Latin, do ballroom, do like a whole, there's so much dance out in this world take your opportunity and try it out. Going back in time, I would say to get back up when you fail. We also get a lot of discouragement in our worlds and think that failure is bad. But actually, if you sit down and look at your failures, the parts of life where you think you've just fallen and everything's just breaking down, take a moment and reflect on that and see the positive in it and your growth. Because that is where your treasures are laying in and you can grow the most.
So for me, if I could go back in time and talk to younger Darkie, I would tell him to trust his intuition a lot more. You know, trust yourself. Like if you feel some type of way about something, then go for it. You know, don't let other people's influence, you know, hinder your decision making on what you think is your journey, your path for your career in dance. So I would just tell myself to, I would say I was confident, but I would say that I questioned myself a lot about a lot of decisions that I made when it came to this industry. So I would say trust your instinct and rock with it.
You can follow us on Instagram, social media. It's David Darkie and Nana Dance 24. And if you want to follow us on our professional dance page, we have an Instagram account as well. It's We Dance Online SD for San Diego. So We Dance Online SD. And if you want to join more of our classes, we offer lots of classes outdoors, online, live, and available for download. So go to wedanceonline.com and check us out.
You can, like she said, there we have online classes. So you can take online classes live, or you can even do downloads. And also we do classes out in the park, and we call it social distancing. So we're dancing at a distance, and you are allowed to wear your mask and stuff like that, and get the fresh air, the open air.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to be out in the community dancing and stuff. So, but like she said, you can find all of our information on wedanceonline.com. Thank you so much for taking our class, and we really appreciate you guys.